sun comes out and then goes away, and then it starts freezing rain, snow, or hail, and then sun comes back out. See my breath? Newfoundland sea salt for my eggs. That might be the most beautiful bend in the river I've taken so far. First time using a double blade paddle in a canoe, and I like it so far. It's definitely better when you have strong winds. This is only a 20-kilometer loop, so it's not too bad over the next 2 nights. I'm on Clear Lake now. My site is on this lake. Gustry. Sun's out now. I think my site is right here, which is nice because it's tucked out of the wind. I have that big rock face blocking me. That's perfect. Go explore the site. It's nice and tucked in from the wind. Fire pit. Maybe tent right in here, maybe. I do like the bright orange color. Yellowish orange, sunburst orange, sunburst yellow. I was looking at some other options for tents, like Big Agnes and Mermont, and I just don't know if I want to spend that much money on a tent right now, because I don't really know exactly what I want yet. So I feel like this is a really good entry level for now. I mean, it's not the driest, but there's not much for real dry right now. It's been pretty wet. I'm gonna do them relatively small so that I don't have to wait forever. These are Red Chieftain potatoes. They're a yellow skin and white flesh, so they're going to be nice and starchy and good for this application. You don't want something too sweet for this application, because they'll burn before they get super crispy. Yukon Gold or an Idaho Gem or any of those yellow flesh wouldn't be great. You could still do it, you just probably wouldn't get them as crispy. And the reason why I'm going to do it in the pan is because there's more surface area and it'll go a bit quicker. Some salt. I pack my salt in it's actually a pepper grinder, because not that I really like pink salt, but it's just, if your fingers are kind of gnarly or I don't know, it just seems easier. That can sit. The rest of the water is going to go in this guy for my tea, and then the gravy. It's the cheddar cheese. I didn't bring a cheese grater or anything. I'm just gonna try to dice it. I can probably just crumble it once I get there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that so it doesn't make a big mess. And then when I get closer, I'll just crumble it up. I need 1 cup of water for my poutine sauce. I need 1 cup of water to rehydrate that. I need a wooden spoon, which I have here. Hopefully I can get some of this damp wood dry and lit. So, the firewood situation here is not great. I didn't bring an axe, and I didn't think I would need one, but now I kind of realize that if you want really dry pieces of wood, you're better off. Those pine logs that I had would have been perfect if I could quarter them, but I don't have an axe, so there's like, I don't know, it's like a 1/16 of an inch of dampness on the outside, but the inside's bone dry, but I can't get the inside to light, obviously, if I don't have an axe. Everything's super wet. It's been raining for like, I don't know, pretty much 2 weeks now. And just because it's getting dark and I'm hungry and I don't really want to mess with it too much, so I will figure out the firewood situation tomorrow. Yeah, I feel like kind of like a dope for not being able to get a fire going, but everything's just so saturated. And, you know, still learning stuff. Guess there's no shame in that. I'd rather eat tonight than bungle around with it for an hour. It's getting cool too. See my breath. So yeah, I'm just gonna catch the potatoes from falling. And figure out something a bit more level to put that on. Oh, seems a bit more level. That was a good catch. Now, this pan is not optimal for this stove. I already had it in there, so I just went with it. There's a hot spot right here, so all my potatoes right here are gonna cook, and these ones are not. So I gotta keep moving them around. Potatoes are pretty well cooked. I'm just gonna give them a strain in a second here, but I'm just gonna get my tea water and gravy water on the boil now. Let that hang out while I go strain this. Just gonna throw a couple pieces of beef towel in with the potatoes. That's a good start. Whew, it's cooling down. Water is boiled. Take that off. Put this back on precariously. Make a tea. And save about a cup of the liquid for the gravy. Yeah, my potatoes are nice and crisped up mostly. Just gonna pop my gravy on for a couple seconds. Magic. Getting late now, it's cooling down. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna clean up camp just a little bit, do my dishes. So before I go to bed, I guess I'll do a journal entry. So that's probably all you'll see of me. Wasn't sure how long it'd take to get to camp, but I got to camp in good time. I've got dinner, and I'm gonna eat and go to bed. It's kind of hard to see, but it is snowing this morning, which is better than rain. But it does mean that it's pretty cold. That's okay. I'm glad I brought this puffy coat. It's good sleep last night. I'm gonna pack up camp, make breakfast, and then get on the water. 2 full Nalgene's. That's plenty for the day. This lake's called Clear Lake. I feel like it's called Clear Lake because the water is so clear. I do this the reverse way. I actually forgot how to do it properly because this is the only way I ever use it. But I go 2 scoops of coffee. I'm gonna leave my scoop right in the coffee for next time, so it's not, don't have to clean it. 2 scoops, and then water's boiled. And then I'm just gonna fill this right up to the top. Well, almost to the top. I go almost to the top, and then I take the stir stick. I give it a stir. Then I'll fill the rest of it up. I wet the filter. It helps actually stick in there, but it also Cleans the filter up a little bit. Turn the filter on, and I just leave that for 4 minutes. This is obviously going to make more of like an espresso shot, so I keep my water warm, and I'll top my cup up with hot water. Make more of like an Americano style, I guess. Backcountry Americano. Fancy. Starbush. Just gonna put the oat on the ground a bit. No. In my cup first. Flip this onto my cup, and then I just firmly press. Nice and slow. Give her a stir. Add some more boiling water. Let that oat dissolve, rehydrate, whatever it's going to do. I got this at Wild Rock. Well, I just did a 5-minute video talking about my plan this morning, and when I quickly looked at it, it was a photo. So that is just, I guess, things like that are inevitable. I guess the beginning of learning how to film yourself. I'm sure it actually happens to probably people who've been doing it for a long time. I just put on a Williams wobbler. I'm gonna do some trolling on my way to my next site. I've got 2 portages, both I think under 400 meters. I'm gonna be portaging into Red Pine Lake. I don't know if you can see that well. Red Pine Lake, and then down into Nunikani Lake here. And then that's the pond that I want to try to get to today. We'll see how much energy I have though, and how cold it is. It's supposed to rain for most of the day, so right now it's snowing, which is a little bit more tolerable than rain. So far I like the double blade paddle. The only downside really is it definitely puts a lot more water in your canoe than the single blade paddle. Let's go check out this rock face. There's water dripping off it from all the rain we've had. Coming up to the first portage of the day. This is Red Pine Lake. Oh, this is a neat portage. Oh, geez. First load done. Go back to get the canoe. It's a pretty washed out portage trail. But it's pretty beautiful. These big tall hemlocks, some cedars, woodpecker. First portage is done. Red Pine Lake. Nice big lake. Lots of cottages. Don't see any boats yet. I'm gonna go out that way. Mr. Sun. I found what appears to be some old turtles' nests. Kind of cool. There's a couple of them. At least that's what I'm guessing they are. Some eggshells here. This is a brand new dam. I just was talking to the two guys that were working. They're just clearing some wood out. Brand new dam, and it made the portage really easy because it's about 50 meters around the dam down into there. Brought in helicopters apparently, put all this in. That was fun. Nice little swift. Okay, now on the river here, short little river that goes to Nunikani Lake. Those guys just told me that trout are really shallow right now and that I have a way better chance catching some brookies in Nunikani Lake in shallow water than going over to Wallace Pond. They said Wallace Pond is stocked, but the fish don't stay there over winter. It's really shallow, and apparently they go into the systems anyways. So they were pretty confident that I'd be able to catch a trout in Nunikani fishing shallow. So probably not any more trolling. Maybe use some small MEP spinners. And they said I probably have a better chance catching a trout on the shore of my campsite than going into Wallace Pond. I might as well stay at my campsite, hang out, try to actually get a fire going tonight. Oh, this is gonna be tight. Ooh, just rubbing. Okay, just got to my night number 2 site on Nunikani River, or lake, not river, lake. It's kind of like a river. It's very long and narrow. It's a fire pit, really rocky. Optimal tent pads are underwater, so I'm gonna go up a little bit here. Probably set up right in here. Pretty nice site. Gonna make a quick lunch and start setting up camp. Some old cheddar. Got some tortillas and some mustard. Easy peasy. It's like a taco, except not nearly as good, I guess. Now I want tacos. I'm gonna bond like probably half a dozen of these. I'm gonna start setting up camp. Just like that. Just been hanging out, fishing, cut a bit of wood. It's a very mixed bag day. Sun comes out and then goes away, and then it starts freezing rain, snow, or hail. And then sun comes back out. My site is on the foot of a large rock face. Not much exploring I can do unless I want to climb it, and I already took my hiking boots off and threw my Crocs on with dry socks, so I'm just gonna hang out. Just collecting some light, kindling firewood, taking a walk. Been just kind of chilling and fishing and reflecting most of the day since I've set up camp, past couple hours, and I'm just admiring these hemlocks. This is a massive hemlock. You can't even see the top of it. It goes through the canopy. It's way up there. Beautiful. The thunderbox on this site is so weird. There's no trail. There's an arrow there. There's an arrow up there. And the thunderbox is right there, overlooking the rest of the campsite, which you can, like, I'm standing right beside the tent. Thunderbox. Overlooking everyone while they're hanging out at camp. I don't know. I guess whatever. The sun is out. Beautiful. Oh, it feels good. It's the first time the sun's peeked out all day like this. It's nice and warm. On this piece of red pine, very waxy pitch. So hopefully it burns pretty good. I didn't catch a fish. That's okay. I'm actually gonna have my breakfast that I was supposed to have this morning that I didn't have. I'll have that for dinner. Just gonna flip this up. Got all this bacon fat. Put the potatoes in the bacon fat once they're rehydrated. It's hailing in my bacon fat. Coffee. I do like that oat milk actually quite a bit. It took me a second to get used to, but I really like cream in my coffee, but this is definitely better than black. Although if I was gonna drink black coffee, I think the Aerosmith Oh my God. The AeroPress, it makes the best black coffee, in my opinion. It's super smooth. They are wet again. So I'm gonna hit them in the bacon grease. And I'm just gonna brown these up. That seems good. Maybe a little bit sketchy. Brought some Newfoundland sea salt. It's gonna hit some in these potatoes. Coffee hits nice. Nice and crispy. The carton of these say 7 servings on them. I don't know who they're serving, but we have these like every other Saturday maybe, and there's like definitely never any left over between the 4 of us, and that's 2 kids. This is what the egg looks like so far. Just letting it do its thing nice and slow. Once the bottom's firm enough, I'll fold it over the cheese. Do like a omelet style. We're gonna try it. Probably as good as you're gonna get for backcountry. Bit of a mess, but the cheese is in the middle. Gooey, cheesy, eggy omelet. Bam. Finish this up with a couple things. Got some Newfoundland sea salt for my eggs, and I've got some hot sauce. Oh yeah, that's money. I'm gonna dig in. Food. Good morning. It's a brisk morning this morning. It's at 7 o'clock. I'm just going to break down camp and get on the water. Just being conscious of the high winds that are supposed to happen today. I don't really want to get caught on Big Hawk Lake and not be able to get across. I'm going to skip breakfast, skip coffee, just break camp and get out on the water. Already a bit of a headwind. Glad I'm on the water. Definitely a chilly morning. This is what I'm portaging around. might be the most beautiful bend in the river I've taken so far this trip. Sun's peeking out. Beautiful rock face with the hemlocks. The water is like glass in here. Enjoy it while it lasts. The lake opens up right here. Thank you for watching. This is a work in progress. This is my first trip of the year. I'm hoping to dial it in, get some awesome food happening, get some people out with me. I cook for them as well. Got more gear to test out. If you want to follow along, just subscribe and keep liking and commenting and interacting with us, and we'll interact back, and we appreciate it very much. So thank you.